Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well, thank you for joining me again. And again, apologies for not being live with you last night. As I said in a little YouTube short, for those that have missed it, I did my back in. I did an airport run to Gatwick this morning. Oh God, I'm in pain. Thank God for the old painkillers in the cupboard. It takes the edge off a bit. Anyway, you didn't come here to listen to my ills, did you? You came here to listen to the video, what I want to talk about. And unfortunately, it's another reform bashing video. I know you don't like it. I know people go flying off and I get accused of all sorts. But look, let me make one thing very clear from the off. If you want to vote reform, if you think that reform are the answer to all our prayers, then please go and vote reform. That's your prerogative. But equally, you've got to respect my right to say what I think as well. And to be quite honest, the more I read, the more disgusted I am. For example, have a look at this clip here.
Has Rupert Lowe got dementia?
I've no idea. I mean,
why a reform?
You'll have to ask him.
Well, he says not.
So there's this rumour being started by those in reform that Rupert Lowe has dementia. Utter bullshit, to be quite honest with you. It's more than obvious, and there's many witness testimonies that are coming out everywhere basically saying the guy hasn't. For someone to go on national TV who has known Rupert Lowe for a number of years to smirk like that at what is a completely devastating illness for any family member to end up with, it's beyond disgusting. And if this is the kind of political games that are being played by reform, then do you want any part of that? I know I don't. And more importantly, I did a video, well, probably a good couple of weeks ago now, where I said, I think I've worked out what's going on with regard to the direction of reform and who could potentially end up being Prime Minister. And many of you at the time turned around and said, yes, Andy, we think you're onto something there. Definitely, Andy, yeah. Well, my mate Clown World YouTube did a video as well, and I'll leave a link in the description below. And I think the penny has dropped with him as well, because Nigel Farage has been asked directly, do you want to be Prime Minister? And I've seen a couple of videos on this, including Clown World's, and he's given a roundabout answer without answering the question, which leads me to believe he doesn't want to be Prime Minister because he knows what he's going to have to sacrifice and give up to make that so. Reform will be taken so far. You think about this. He said he will guarantee 5 years as head of reform. That's it. 5 years is up to a general election. General election is done. Reform may or may not win the general election. If they lose, I'm sure Farage will go. If they win, I told you I would give you 5 years. I've got it this far. Go out on a high, hand over to someone else. We all know who that's going to be, don't we? And then that fulfills the objective of putting somebody in as Prime Minister that, let's face it, a lot of us don't want. And this country, then, I have no idea what's going to happen. So if you want to vote for reform, if you want to go ahead and do that, please do. But I can't support them anymore, particularly with everything that's been going on. It's beyond disgusting. And there are, you know, information coming out all the time. Yes, I may be dividing the right. Yes, I may be putting a spanner in the works. Yes, I may be guilty of many things. But one thing I am guilty of is telling you how I feel. And, you know, you've got to do what you think is right at the end of the day. And the more I look at it, when you look at the way the politicians in general are behaving, the way they're trying to divide England up into different areas with mayors, you know, they're trying to destroy everything that people have worked and slaved out for hundreds of years before any of us were ever thought of. They're trying to destroy it and rebuild it in their own image. It really is disgusting, and it needs to stop. Who can do that? We the people. Obviously by lawful and legal means, but we the people really need to start educating ourselves, looking at what's really going on and trying to do something about it. Anyway, that's my rant. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll be along later with something else. Have a look at these videos, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Toodaloo.